Hey y'all, welcome back to At the Table podcast, a virtual table where we discuss all things young adulting. My name is Fikayo and thank you so much for having me in your ears. Hi guys. It has been a while, hasn't it? You've seen that, yeah, your girl has been coming back to back with these interviews and it's a lot of fun. They're great conversations and I get to make new friends and be able to share these new experiences with y'all. But there's nothing like a good old solo episode. There's nothing like it. I love being here with you guys. I love talking to y'all. Initially, this is why the podcast started. Like, I wanted to be able to have a forum where I could speak freely and talk about the things that matter to me and have maybe people listen in. And yeah. So today is a solo episode. I'm really excited. The conversation that I plan to speak about is going to be like an unconventional look into self-care. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. I've planned what I'm going to say, but not fully. I do like to have podcasts, episodes where I get to ramble and just talk. They're my favorite things. So that's what we're going to do today. But before that, of course, we have to do our round table. And a lot has been happening. A lot's been going on. I have not been here for a while. Y'all haven't heard from me for a while. So I'm going to give y'all updates on me and also talk about the things that are going on around me and the world, if I can think of anything that's applicable. But yeah, so I've been okay. I've been good. I've been having like emotional up and downs, but I think it's the season, a lot of rain, the weather changing from cold to hot, like that's been happening. But I've done a really good job at staying grounded. I always try to remember that, like, be where your feet are. I mean, don't stress, don't worry, like you're fine, you're okay. So it's been these last few weeks have been harder, but it's like fine. It's good hard, it's testing hard. It's the hard that makes you stronger, which is really good, but just not getting overwhelmed in that hard is what I've been working on, and not letting that hard kind of just get the best of me, just staying grounded, being where my feet are. With that as well, I've implemented quite a few different things in my life to really keep me grounded. One of them is a new budget that I have going on. And I mean, I'm not going to tell you all the budget, but like the amount in which I've given myself to be able to spend every month is minimal. And it's been hard. And it's been for several reasons why I had to create this budget. I just didn't like the willy-nilly spending sometimes that I would kind of go on. And then also I wanted to be more conscious of how much I'm spending. And I want to have an understanding of, like, to be able to take care of Fikayo, how much do I need? Like, minimally, to be able to take care of Fikayo, how much am I spending realistically on a month? And that's been very interesting. It's been hard. It's been an experience, but it's something that I definitely realize just has to be done if I want to be financially responsible with my money, just be a better steward over it. Another thing as well that I've done is I downloaded this app. It's called Screen Zen. And what it does is it allows me to go on TikTok and Instagram only 10 minutes at a time, 5 times a day. And then even before I'm allowed to get on the social medias, it makes me wait like 2 minutes. So it's insane. It really is like I have to go through a glass window to try to access Instagram. It's been like different, because one of the reasons why I did it is because I just realized, like, I am using and spending a lot of time on social media, and I don't want to delete it because I need it. To be honest, I need it because, like, I'm running this podcast, so I need to be able to post. I'm running my socials. I need to be able to post. I enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy how much I was on it. And now that I have to go like 15 different extra miles to be able to get that dopamine hit or the satisfaction, it definitely It definitely is different. I'm not gonna lie, and I like it. It was hard. It's been an adjustment, absolutely. Because to be fair, it's really, we are all addicted to social media. We get dopamine from it. It's fine. It's normal. It's okay. But I definitely think I went through like a soft withdrawal. And it was hard for the first few days, but now like I'm getting into the routine of it. I understand that, okay, I only have 10 minutes at a time before it literally actually physically locks me out. Like literally, if it locks me out of the app. So before I get on social media, or let's say I want to post a story, like I have to think about all the stories I want to post at once. Like, how do I want it to look? What music? I don't have time, So I would have already prepped out like what everything is going to look like before I actually go through the app, go through all of the little blockades that it gives me. And then as soon as I do that, like I post everything I want to do. And then I give me like the rest of the minutes to be able to like scroll. And I just think it's great. It's wonderful because again, like it's not that I think I should completely take away social media from my life. It's just I need some type of moderator. So I thought that was really cool. Next topic is school. School has been good. The last day is officially, well, the last day was technically officially yesterday, but we still have things due and assignments to submit, which is so weird for me because when I went to where I went to for undergrad, like the last day was the last day and it was a hard like last day, but I don't know, like the school I go to now, they still have me turning things in until like next week. That is so weird. I don't like that. I don't like that, but school is schooling. I had made a promise to myself earlier that when I get my grades back, I would tell y'all what my grades were just for motivation as well. Like, I don't want to come on here and be able to tell these people, like, I don't want to come on here and tell these people, like, I did poorly. So I wanted to be able to, like, test myself and say, like, okay, you're going to come on the podcast and tell them what your grades are, so make sure they're good. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna look, to be honest. Wow. I think, yeah, I just don't know how they're gonna look. So we'll see. You'll see if that happens. If it doesn't happen, yeah, just know that whew, it took me out. It took me out, but it has, like, wow, like in this last few weeks I was like, wow, I'm a student again. This is crazy. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. I'm even like still appalled myself, like, wow, I'm really putting myself through this, but I guess I am because I want it, but I just can't believe I want it. Sometimes it's like, who am I really? What am I doing? Like, am I doing this thing right? It's so interesting. Like, I really don't know. I really don't know, but I hope so, right? I hope everything just lines up and becomes this very beautiful garden later on. But like, wow, I'm really in school. Crazy. Recently I have been learning about mentors. Literally, I just went to a networking event yesterday where they were speaking about mentors, and let me see if I can pull a quote that I got from the thing. Work hard and lean in. That was a really good one. Sometimes people see things in you that you don't even see in yourself. Oh, that was so good. People that love you will tell you the truth. And, we hear that all the time, but there's a truth to it. I think, especially as you get older and you start becoming more of a professional, that hits different. Like recently at work, I made a mistake and I understood that in order for me to be stronger, I had to be able to like be reprimanded for that mistake and it not just kind of fly by. It's so weird, right? And anyway, all of that to say that I just think honestly sometimes toughness is love. Like, and it's a privilege when you have someone that is tough on you because really they're trying to mold you to be better and they're holding you accountable, which is great. And literally, look. The next quote literally says, "Find someone who will hold you accountable for all your greatness." Oh my goodness, did you hear that? Find someone who will hold you accountable for all your greatness. They spoke about sponsors and mentors as well. How you should have a board of advisors. This was really, really good to have friends in different places, so that when like maybe someone's quiet hiring, or maybe when that job opening happens, like they are able to say your name in rooms that you're not even in. I just think that's so great. And that's definitely what I'm trying to build now, like a network of people in my life who will be able to speak for me when I'm not there. What else? You need a tribe of women who can lift you up. Well, women and men really, but you do need a tribe of people who can lift you up. And the constant thing that I heard yesterday, and I went to 2 networking events yesterday, but what I was hearing consistently was, you need people, you need people, you need people, you need people, you need people. I'm not sure where this rhetoric or this idea of like you kind of do life alone thing happened, and like where it came from, but it's just not even true. Like you genuinely need people. I wouldn't be where I am today without people, and I'm not even that far. So like it's like, wow, like if I was able to get to level 2, if I wasn't able to get from level 1 to level 2 without people, imagine how much I'm going to need people to get to level 50, you know? So you just need people. And that was just really, it's good to hear these things over and over again, especially as you enter different times of your life, because the revelation hits differently in different places of your life, of course. So it's really, really great. And I love the general optimism around people who want to be successful, because it just has to be optimistic, right? Like you have to believe in your greatness, and you have to believe that you're going to make it there. And I think like that's the fuel I want to run off of in life. Like I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be apprehensive. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to doubt. I want to have faith in everything I do and know that my greatness is enough to get me there. The thing that, God has placed inside of me is enough. And as long as I work hard, and oh my goodness, this lady said something yesterday, and she said that she always operates with a spirit of excellence. And that is so beautiful. And I want to too. Like, yeah, there's no such thing as perfect, absolutely. But like, you still should thrive to be perfect. There is nothing wrong with it. And you want to be known as someone who deals in excellence. At least I want to. It's so interesting. I was somewhere last week. And recently, I guess within the last year, I have really just made it a point that I don't want to be late to anything. I just don't like it. And it just also goes back down to time management, right? And the young lady had told me, she had said, "You're always so prompt. Like whenever I go somewhere, I know Fikayo is going to be there early." And that's true, because I want that to be my reputation. I want my reputation to be that Fikayo is prompt. Fikayo is never late. I don't want people to, credit me as the person that's always late, or the person that you always have to check their work, or the person that's irresponsible, or the person that you can't trust their word, or the person that steals, or whatever, so on and so forth, right? So that's why, like, I try to figure out words that I want to be and align myself to that. That's so interesting I say that, because as I'm thinking now as well, my therapist and I were speaking about that, like our values and my values. And actually, she had given me homework, which I have not done, but she told me that I should pick 5 values that I will hold to myself and that will be mine. And I know a few of them. I could probably tell them to you off head, but I don't know. Like, I definitely want to sit down and look at a list of words and be able to say, yes, I am going to have these specific values. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, like, are values the same thing as words generally? Like, I could say I want to be kind, but no, I want more depth in that. Like, what are my values? Like, I absolutely know I'm very passionate about youth. So is that one of my values? Like youth advocacy, women advocacy. Like everywhere I go, will I advocate for women? Will I advocate for youth? It's just definitely something that I should think about more. Um, and I absolutely want to be more intentional about. Now it goes right back into the tardiness and late thing, because I want to be known as someone that's prompt. It is true. I want to be known as someone who has the spirit of excellence. I want to know that I'm someone, or I want to be known as someone who, if you tell Fikayo to do this thing, it's going to get done. You don't have to worry about it. We trust her. I want to be that person, you know? And another thing, it also trickles into your friends, right? I want my friends to know that Fikayo will tell me the truth. So even from the little things, like, do you think this dress is ugly? I want to be able to say, yes, I do not like the dress. I don't think it's flattering, but I did like this orange dress, so not only presenting the problem, but being able to present the solution. But I want people to know that I'm going to be honest and I will tell you the truth. Again, this is reserved to my friends. If we're and this is reserved to my friends, like people who know me and who trust me, so that when I do say that, they understand it's not coming from a place of hate or spite, but it's truly coming from a place of love. And I will be intentional about that, of course. But I want them to know that, like, if they ask me anything from their dressing to a career move, right? Like, hey, Fikayo, I want to do this thing. What do you think? And if it's a good idea, and I truly believe it's a good idea, I'll be able to say, yes, this is great. And if it's not, or if I feel a way about it, I'll ask them questions, and they know it's coming from a good place. But ultimately, I do want to be known as someone who absolutely just has some specific character traits, just as being honest and being kind and being truthful and being an advocate and ultimately being a hard worker and also having the spirit of excellence. Yeah. What else? There's a few things going on. I've been reading a lot of books. One book that I've been reading is, what is it? The Other Significant Others. I think that's beautiful. The book is beautiful. The premise of the book essentially is that we have other significant others aside from our spouses that are platonic. So it's really just, there was a quote somewhere and it said, friends who have become we. Beautiful. And I have been reading that and I've just been thinking about all of my friends, and especially the ones that I love, like love as they are my sisters, and how I really do want to do life with them, that it's not a today and tomorrow thing. It's today, tomorrow, forever, so I've been thinking about that a lot as well, and how I could just be better for them. And also how I can show to them that, like, I want you in my life forever. Like, your presence in my life means something to me. And I want us to go the long way, even if it's hard. And I want them to feel that same commitment, right, that you may have with your spouse, in the friendship as well. And I definitely have some friends in my life who it's like, I just don't, you're going to do my eulogy or I'm going to do yours, like whoever goes first, whatever, but like we're going to be there till the last day. And I just want to make sure that I'm intentional about those friendships. What else have I been reading? I've been reading a lot of Octavia Butler. I'm on my second book of hers right now. I'm currently reading The Parable of a Sower, and that is a really good book. She's good. Octavia Butler is really good. She's different. She's unlike anyone I've read before. Very, very distinct voice, very, very distinct style of writing. But she definitely has something, and she's able to carry a book well, or a storyline well. What else have I been doing? I've been knitting. I've been doing that for a hobby. I've been trying to go outside more as the sun is coming out. I believe maybe you can hear a few birds chirping because my window's open. What else? I think that's it right now. But life has been going very beautifully. I would say everything that I do, I love. The things that I don't love, I don't do unless I have to. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm absolutely content. And I'm surrounded by love. And there's nothing better than that. All right. So we're done with the round table. Let's start into our podcast episode, shouldn't we? We should. And what are we? 19 minutes in. Wow. But this one's going to be a very good one. So I've been thinking about self-care, right? And the objective around self-care as it pertains to, well, literally just that self-care, right? And I don't know, like I've been thinking about it differently lately. So you guys know that I have had my, depression, anxiety times, moments, and it's very interesting. But because of that, I have absolutely tried everything, right? And I remember when I've been through therapy, they would tell me like, try self care, and I would like maybe I'd get my hair done, maybe I'd do my nails like that, and I don't know, it was nice, taking care of me, but I felt like it didn't hit the problem. It didn't hit the problem. I don't know. It was nice, sitting in the chair getting my nails done, but it didn't help me because it wasn't helping my problems. Um so when I had started other things, like that really really helped. I don't know, my self-care, the things, I don't know. Like I just don't know, you guys. I don't know. I just feel like traditional self-care is very interesting, but maybe there are different ways to look at self-care, and that's what we'll be exploring today. And it really just comes rolling off the back of the example I just used. I just felt like the self-care tips that people were telling me to do when I was in the throes of anxiety and depression did not help me. And maybe you're someone who is looking for self-care tips or self-care examples that are good for you. So I'm going to give you some examples and tips, and they're going to look different, that you probably never maybe heard of it like this before, but maybe it might help you because thinking about self-care like this helped me. Okay, you ready? So the first one was, well, when how do I want to explain this? Okay, so the first unconventional self-care like thing that I do is I watch what I expose myself to. That absolutely helps me. And I just believe like that is the truest form of self-care. I am very, very intentional of where I am, what I'm listening to, what I'm eating, what where I am physically, what hobbies I engage in, what energies I'm around. I think when I was flippant about this, or when I just was nonchalant about the things I exposed myself to, I just felt severely out of control. Like, and then because of that, energies and feelings and emotions and hobbies and bad habits that were never supposed to be mine started becoming mine. But as soon as I started paying attention to that, it just felt like the truest form of self-care. It just felt like the truest form of self-care, being able to watch what I'm exposing myself to. Another unconventional self-care trip is waking up early. Waking up early for me has completely revolutionized my life. I'm not going to lie to you. I have started waking up much earlier about last year. Before last year, I would wake up early to go running, right? And it was hard. I'm not going to lie. Waking up early is very, very difficult. But then, right, I had known that I was going to run a mile, and running a mile then took me about 10 minutes. Okay. So I knew that no matter what, I needed to be able to wake up at least 10 minutes early to be able to go on a run. Eventually, my runs, and I would start running more. And obviously, as I was increasing the miles that I was running, I had to increase the time. So eventually I was up 30 minutes earlier. Eventually I was up an hour earlier, and that was very, very, very good for me. So do you understand what I'm saying? I had started waking up incrementally, slowly, and I had built this habit very slowly, and it took months to do. And eventually I had stopped running, and I changed my fitness goals, and I started going to the gym. So now I'm able to wake up around 4:30 pretty comfortably because I've been building it. But waking up early is such a self-care trick. Like, the peace and the intentionality behind waking up early is beautiful. I just feel like it's one of those things that I give myself in the morning. And when you have more hours in the day, for some reason, it just feels like, one, you live a fuller day. Well, obviously, you have more hours. You're spending more hours physically existing during the day. And I just feel like I'm able to get smaller things done. Like in the morning, I'm able to water my plants instead of rushing at night to do it before I have to go to bed. Or I'm able to do my laundry. And that's another big thing. I just touched on another big thing that is really great. But I hate rushing. I hate the anxiety that having to rush brings. And I find that when I'm able to like wake up early, I don't have to rush because I've planned for everything. Like when I wake up later in the morning, really really close to my work, it's like I'm trying to put everything together like really really quickly. But when I wake up around 4:30, like I get to lollygag, I get to drag my feet, I get to take my time, and it's great. Like I don't trade that experience for anything. um I don't know, just early mornings just feel so soft. I love it so much. And it's also just time to be with myself. That's the time that I carve in the day to be able to take care of Fikayo. Another unconventional self care tip I have is reflecting and planning. I talk about the effects of planning and reflection all the time on this podcast, and it's literally second to none. Being able to reflect is the most beautiful thing, and also being able to plan is also so beautiful. It's so intimate. I feel like it's one of the most sacred things you can do for yourself because you're accounting for time in your life. Like you're planning for time in your life to be able to do the things you need to do, to be able to mark off your goals. And I really just like it because I feel like I get to align my daily action with my long-term goals as well. The intentionality behind that is second to none. The love, I feel like you just really have to love yourself when you decide to start planning. Like, I just feel like it just shows how much you love yourself when you plan for your day and you're intentional about it. And then you're also able to reflect adequately what you've done and who you are and the person that you're becoming. Like, I just think it's just so beautiful. I don't know, like, before as well, yeah. When I didn't plan, I would get so overwhelmed and I would get so like stressed because literally nothing was planned for. I just knew I had things to do, but I didn't know when I had to do them. I knew I had a to-do list, but I didn't even know what was on the to-do list. So when I had started journaling like and planning, my stress levels came down significantly. And it wasn't while I was doing my nails, it wasn't while I was getting my hair done, because all those things still needed to be done. But I'm not anxious anymore because I have my planning done. Like, I know what I can do. I know how long I can take care of my nails. I think organization is very, very important. I'm not sure if there's enough emphasis on the importance of organization, especially to our younger generation. But I think by organizing, it allows you to be able to properly implement the other things like getting your hair done and doing your nails without the fear of something arising or you're missing something, because at least that's what overwhelms me and continues to overwhelm me, just that impending doom of things and time creeping up. But when you have planned for your time, you know everything that's going to happen. I just think it's beautiful. Another thing that I believe is an unconventional self-care hack or tip is exercise. I exercise almost every single day, and it is so intimate for me. I just feel like, yeah, but it's something I get to do for me. Like, literally solely only me. There's like nobody else that benefits from, well, there is obviously implicitly your family because you get to live a long life and everything. But there's like, if I'm happy in my body, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. And I love it so much because it's like, you know, when you give a kid candy and they're like, it's mine, it's mine. I have started treating my exercise and my body like that as well. Like, this is mine. This is for me. You can't take it. It's mine. And I love it. And I love the other side of it as well, where I get to push myself past my comfort and challenge myself. There is nothing like it. I first started realizing the importance of exercise when I had started running. And I'll be running my mile, right? And I'd be tired and I'd want to stop. But then I'd be able to motivate myself and say, no, baby girl, you've got this. Keep going. Baby girl, you've got this. You keep going. And even now when I'm doing my sets and my reps at the gym, and I'm squatting something really heavy or I'm pulling something really heavy, like, being able to push past that breaking point, I just feel like that skill has been able to translate into other places of my life as well. Like, even when maybe I'm doing schoolwork and I'm tired and I want to stop, like, I realize, no, like, you can still keep going. Or even at work, maybe I'm tired and I don't want to do something, because I've taught myself that I can't break past my tired point. It's more easy for me to do it, like, in other places as well. It's so great. It's beautiful. I need that moment. I need the exercise in the morning. I need to just be out there. I need it so bad. And I need a space where I can get out of myself. At that point, when I'm at the gym, I don't have my planner on me. I put my phone on D&D. If anyone needs me, like, they can't get me. Like, this is solely for me. And I get to listen to whatever I want to listen to, like, whether it be music, whether it be a podcast, whether it be nothing at all. Like, I love how that space is just so sacred for me. And no one else interrupts it. Like, nothing. Like, this is just for Fikayo, and Fikayo does this for Fikayo. And lastly, my unconventional self-care tip is setting daily goals. I heard somewhere that it is so important to be able to move the lever every day, even if it's incrementally, yeah? But it is very important to be able to move the lever. And by setting daily goals, or even just setting a to-do list and keeping up with it, I have been able to change my life. And I noticed that I'm just not as stressed anymore, because there is no time for me to lay in bed and not do anything, or there's no time for me to pretend like I don't know what I should be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know the work I need to get done. So I get it done, you know? And I love it. And I think it's just, the thing about that is just, it speaks to my commitment to excellence. And it is so rewarding to be able to write things down and be able to check it off my list and say, I've done that. I've done that. I've done that. Someone would say this is also the mastery of time. Being able to tell yourself you're going to do something and do it within the time that you've given, and also focus. It's just really cool to be able to every day work incrementally towards a goal and make that momentum, or go through that momentum that carries me through challenges. But I don't know, like, these things really helped me in self-care, especially since most of my self-care is actually much more mental than physical, or at least the self-care I needed when I was going through a hard time was a lot more mental than physical. These are my unconventional mental self-care tricks, tips, and hacks, and they're really great. And I'm going to say them again just one more time. But first one was just watching what I expose myself to. The second one was early rising. Third one was reflecting and planning. Fourth is exercise. Fifth is eating well. Did I mention that one? Well, yeah, eating well is also very important. And then the last one is setting goals. But yeah, that's the podcast for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like listening to my to my beautiful, beautiful voice. I don't know. You guys are a silent bunch. And I know people are listening to this episodes, and I see the numbers. But like, I don't know. Like, you guys need to interact with me. Let me know y'all are listening to the podcast and these episodes. Tell me if I can do anything better. Tell me if I should not do things. Tell me if I should add another segment. Just give me everything. I really would love it. Just reach out to me and let me know. You can follow the podcast Instagram at the table _pod, or you could also follow me at FIIKAYO. What else? Please rate these episodes. It really, really helps us. If you know someone or you want to come on the podcast as well, please let me know. Just shoot me a DM and I'll be able to answer you immediately. And I think that's all. Actually, you don't have to go yet. We have a plethora of great solo episodes and also interviews in my podcast. So you don't have to go. The party's not over. Just pick the next episode and we'll start the party over there. Okay? All right, sweetheart. Don't forget, laugh all the time, shine brightly, and pray really loud. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I said that all wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did. No, don't forget to pray all the time, shine brightly, and laugh really, really hard. Bye-bye.